All right, it's that time again. It's Betting Weekly Tennis Live. It's Mitch Michaels. It's Dustin Fox. We're on the Bet Rivers Network. Download the app. Make all your bets for the U.S. Open all fortnight long, 15 days now. We're on to day 2. Follow us on our socials at Because We Win as well, the X account, Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of great viewers on the X app now. It's been a great growth for our show. And really, this U.S. Open has been phenomenal, too. This show, 1 o'clock Eastern time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So a lot to discuss. We're going to look at the live window. We're going to look at some of our favorite storylines and subplots. Dustin Fox, welcome to the show. And yeah, I was just locked into the Madison Keys tiebreak right before we came on.
Man, I'm just trying to get this ESPN app working. I work for ESPN. It's a great company. The app's going to be phenomenal, I'm sure. But working through some of the kinks early on with the new ESPN Plus. But nonetheless, awesome tennis. I didn't sleep much last night, partner, because it was a late night watching that Medvedev match, which was insanity. I was tweeting about it, texting you about it. I mean, it was well into, I was almost like 12:45, I think, when it ended, right? It was late, super late last night.
Yeah, it was late. And let's first just look, and we'll do the once over with the live window now. We'll talk about Medvedev, the other storylines.
Yeah, sorry, I got excited.
Yeah, there's so much. I get it. I'll try to do my best to keep moving along. On the men's side right now, you have a lot of matches that are just kind of getting going. Nori's up 2 sets on Korda. He's dealing with an injury, not looking good for Sebi at the moment. Kovacevic is down 2 sets to Coleman Wong, but we know they're on serve in the third, so there could be a lot of tennis there. Coleman Wong made history making this U.S. Open for himself and his country. You also have Jack Draper starting off on serve early there. Fonseca and Kecmanovic 5-0 in the first set, and that line is plus 165 for Kecmanovic, so not an easy one there. Hera's up over Bias. Walton up 2 sets over Ugo and Bear, maybe the upset so far of the day there. And then you have Bergs up on Sang. On the women's side, I referenced it. Keys won a long tiebreak, 12-10 over Zarazua, so she's up a set and won the first game in set 2. You have Mertens on. You have Yastremska, Pavlyuchenkova. It's in a second set tiebreak with Yastremska taking the first. You've also got Taylor Townsend about to take the court, and Putin-Seva, I think, just won her match against Chacharetto. We'll take a look there. But Samsonova, too, is into a third set with 1. That might be the best match to live bet on, Dustin, is Samsonova. Came in with a lot of potential, a lot of hype, and she's in a real dogfight right now.
No, she absolutely is. I was surprised. I didn't watch a ton of the women's this morning as I was kind of perusing most of the men's tennis, Mitch, so you got to fill me in on that one. But I was locked into the Mboko match because that was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
And she's a little banged up, I think, against Krejcikova.
It's a lot of tennis that she's played in that run, and then also getting the biggest win of her life to come back down. Look, Krejcikova is a gamer. Like, we can talk about form she's in, and she's had injury issues too. But when she gets into these big tournaments and she's all right, healthy, she's going to lock in. She knows how to win these matches. She knows how to navigate the pressures and all that goes into a major, having won 2 of them. So that was not an easy draw for Mboko. And I think it'll do well for her to kind of, for everyone to kind of limit some expectations and just be along for the ride.
No, I think that's fair. I felt bad for her, but nonetheless, I mean, you just had that amazing run in Montreal, and then you come into this U.S. Open, a lot of pressure. People are, she's got a seed next to her name. I think she was 22. Something like that, and there's pressure that comes with that. And you're playing someone who's done a lot in slams in terms of experience. So that wasn't really a shocker to me. It was a shocker that she was actually. I think Krejcikova was getting, I think, plus 280 on that money line early, which is insane for her taking on such a young opponent.
Yeah, shout out to the headphone cap combo. We like that here in the chat too.
Thank you.
DLO. You know what's interesting too, and I think it speaks to a lot of these lines we see early, is that sometimes you got to just trust. Like, I'm a big what form are they in? How is it going? For sure.
Agreed.
And we're at Pericard Massetti. We have a thoughts on that later. I'm a big person in form and all that stuff, but the U.S. Open really is its own major for a lot of reasons. You have the crowd. You also have it where it is on the calendar, Dustin. It's the 4th one. Players have been playing for 9 months, some of them with very little break, and the experience factor. So I do think that the U.S. Open of all the majors might be one you have to adjust, especially if you've never played in it before. I mean, we saw Ayala Towson yesterday before the Medvedev match was probably the story of the day. And that was the crowd 100% willing Ayala to that match. 5-1 in the third. maybe not in the best form. That's kind of how it goes. And it's not just the US Open, but some of these crowds can kind of get on the rowdy side. But it's a whole nother thing to experience. You're not just playing tennis. You're having to deal with everything that goes into this tournament.
I mean, so she was what, like 1-5, love 15 serving.
Yeah.
And it's just, and her serve isn't that great, which is so incredible to think that she was down that many breaks and came all the way back. Pretty remarkable, man.
The thing that was crazy too is that she almost blew it in the tiebreak. It was 8-4 in that super tiebreak. She had a couple match points. It took a while too. So I got my eyes on this Samsonova match because I think this is an interesting one. It's an outer court. Everyone's filed in. It's kind of got the vibe of like, wasn't expected to be a banger, but when it is, everyone just rushes over there. So you got people trying to peer in. So she's right now on Bet Rivers. If we're looking at some of the live odds that we can get right now, and really, she's at plus 190, double break point now, 1540, getting ready to try down 2-3. And also want to remind everybody out there too that if you log into the Bet Rivers app or betrivers.com any day of the US Open, you can get your profit up to 50%. So get a nice little boost there. It's the best sportsbook for a reason. It's going to be great all US Open. We'll see Madison Keys. You know what the funny thing is too with Keys, Dustin, is that she's not playing her best tennis, but she's fighting her bag off, and she's done it all year. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. She's going to most likely have to play better to win this thing or make a run at it, but you can't doubt her mettle this year.
No, she has certainly been in some matches where she is not looked that good. But for whatever reason, she's able to still fight. I mean, she's not holding her serve as well as she probably should. I don't know. I guess that's what you say about a true champion, right? And we can say that about her now.
I had some thoughts too. It's 5-6 Fonseca Kecmanovic, 15 love on the Fonseca serve, but that line seemed a little juiced for me as well. Fonseca not in the best form, and Kecmanovic has these performances. The one thing I've always thought about Kecmanovic, Dustin, is that if it turns into a war of attrition, he's built to go. So something to look at, maybe an over in this one.
Yeah, I'm actually on the over. I live bet this over at, I think I got 39 and a half games. I bought a little juice on that. And this was when it was 5-3. So I'm very happy, but it's back on serve.
Yeah, that's one to for sure monitor. And if we're looking at 2-set comebacks that could happen, we almost saw one last night, but I'd keep an eye on Ugo Humbert because I think he could come back. We'll see. That's a match that screams. I know Adam Walton's had a great year, but Humbert has had much more experience on this stage. That's a match that screams whoever wins the third set wins the match.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. I mean, that match is going to be. I'm locked into that. My ESPN app is not working, so I'm just watching normal ESPN TV. So I'm kind of back and forth. But this Fonseca one,
I hit the reset.
Kecmanovic just tricky, man.
He is. When he beat Tommy Paul in Aussie 2 years ago, I was like, whoa, this guy just doesn't go away.
Yeah, he's a backboard, man.
And the match in the Del Rey final this year against Fokina when he was 2-5 down, double match point, and it just goes on a heater. All right, so we can look ahead to matches later today. I do want to just spend a couple minutes on the Medvedev match last night against Bonzi, which was just wild. And I've tried to gather my thoughts because it seems like it's going to be polarizing. It's great because it was great theater. It's one of those situations where I think everybody could have handled things a little differently to varying degrees.
Right.
I start with like, okay, why is the cameraman even on the court? How does that even happen? It's pretty crazy. I know mistakes are made. He lost his credential, and I hope it's not like he doesn't have a career anymore.
No. Yeah.
But you can't be doing that. And the other thing is, like, Medvedev was completely out of line because by the rule, you get another first serve. It's in the rule book. It's pretty much cut and dry. Every player in Medvedev's case would probably be upset given the timing of it. And he was kind of inciting a little bit of a riot with the crowd who, they're not going to be told to calm down whatsoever. Allensworth's been in the crosshairs of these players. I think his only mistake was a big one. It was just not taking control of the situation,
Yeah, I mean, you probably should have given some sort of a violation, right, to Medvedev, no?
Yeah, warning. I mean, he had it's tough because, match point down, you don't want the match to end on a code violation, but he had a warning there, and it's like, look, warning, knock it off or I will give you this.
Yeah, and he kept going. I mean, he made insults to Allen that were way across the line.
Yeah.
Way across the line.
Now,
it's funny. I laughed.
It is funny, and
but it was across the line.
And I don't want it to sound like I I like Medvedev. He's entertaining. And there are other players. He can be a bit of a bully out there. That's how a lot of top players are. If you give them rope in any sport, they're going to take advantage of it. Bonzi, and look, I love the fact Bonzi wins this match, battles
I'm so happy
back.
he won, man.
His mistake was not just serving, letting it fester. Even when Medvedev seemed like he was trying to quiet the crowd down, Bonzi was just standing there. He should have just got up to the line and served, put his best foot forward. But after the match, I was impressed with how he handled the moment. It almost was like he seemed like he understood the assignment in New York. Like, look, I know how it is. They rallied for me. And that's the thing about the crowd in New York is that they want to see more tennis. They want the underdog or whoever's losing most of the time. So
yeah, no, it's a great point. I thought it was his poise that he showed in that moment. Like he could have gotten upset. He could have broken a racket. Like he could have bitched at Medvedev. He could have done a million things. And instead he just, he got bageled in the fourth set.
He did.
It looked like he was cramping. I couldn't tell if he was injured. And then he gets broken right out the gate in the fifth set.
Yeah.
And then he breaks back. And then he gets broken again.
And for Medvedev, it was what, 4 losses. I mean, second round Aussie, first round. Yeah. Not a top player in there. So that's very tough for him. His year, he was going through it. Wouldn't even leave the court at the end. Two things can be true, man. Right? There's I like to have a middle ground in all this. Like, he acted out of line. He should be punished and fined, but also not the worst thing I've ever seen in the tennis court. So I guess I appreciate the theater by also saying he could have reeled it in, and that's on the umpire ultimately to reel in those situations. So that's my piece there. But the big prop was what you pulled Bonzi at plus 1,300 when he was down a break in the fifth.
Yeah, and I put 300 on it.
Get the Bet Rivers app, follow Dustin, and watch. Get on the live odds.
Nice little juicy one last night. You know what? Here's what it was, and I'll say this, and whatever, take it for what it's worth. I just felt like the tennis gods. If you believe in the tennis gods, we're going to take care of Bonzi because he got so screwed, man. 7.5 minutes between points, and you're on match point, and then they're booing when you miss your first or cheering, when you miss your first serve. They're chanting second serve. The guy didn't do a damn thing wrong, nothing wrong, and all of a sudden he's the villain.
I know.
I mean, good on Medvedev for making the crowd just. I mean, he hoodwinked the crowd.
He trolled himself to a comeback, almost a win. But yeah, dials it back in. So Medvedev, even when he's up a break, not a lock at this point with his serving dipping. So maybe that's why he's a live bet play. Looking at some matches, some comments too. We got thoughts on matches coming up. We'll keep peeking at the live window. This was a graphic I had up, and it's funny. We got some comments in the chat asking for an opinion. But on the women's side, Ann Lee taking on Rebecca Sramkova. There you see the numbers, minus 130 for Ann Lee. Sramkova is plus 107. And the number there, and I actually agree with the chat too. This is one where I love the over in this match. I'm just almost in love with this over at over 22.5, even money. Dustin, I think both these players are playing pretty well. I think this is a coin flip match. I think I would give we were talking about the crowd and we were talking about different opportunities to bet. I think I would lean Ann Lee as the favorite there, not in a full confidence play. But I just expect these two players. Lee did well at tennis in the land. Sramkova has had some big wins. I know she got through, won a couple matches, and I think Cincinnati at least one match in the main draw. So that was one I was looking at for an over. I think this is going to be a tightly contested match.
I can see that over. I mean, I listen, in Cleveland, we watched that, obviously. I mean, I live in Cleveland, and you're from this area. So I thought that Kirsty was just out of control in that tournament. And so take out that match, look at all the other matches that Lee had. I mean, there were 1, 2, 3 in a row that were 3-setters. So I think you have a chance for a 3-setter here. It's a pretty evenly matched matchup, I think, between Sramkova and Lee. So over 22s, I'm jumping on right now.
I know that's part of the theory, right, of what happens if they played a final and they have to kind of get back to the court. But some players love it, and I do think for the women it's not best of 5, so it's a little less taxing. Unlike another match that I think it's tomorrow, right? Fucsovics is back on the court. He just made that run, and
that was his biggest win ever, a tournament win, right? At 500.
Yeah, he plays Chapeau, and we're going to cover that tomorrow, I believe. I mean, it might be going on live. And just a quick thought on that one. that's kind of a stay away from me because I think Fucsovics is in a good spot, but I do wonder what it's going to be like having to play and then get back right away. So, and Chapo is kind of a high variance type of guy. So, he might be more bold than me, but that's one of there. But yeah, there's some other matchups today that we were going to get to. Samsonova still in a fight as we look at the live window here on Betting Weekly Tennis Live. There's just so much going on at the U.S. Open. Love it this time of year. Keys has a couple break points against her, up a set and a break though. And we got Iva Jovic taking on Sasnovich. That match is about to happen as Jack Draper gets the break and Fonseca wins set 1. Another matchup, Peyton Stearns. So this isn't on the graphic list, but it's a good comment here. Is Stearns on upset watch? Is Peyton Stearns? Semenistaja, can she pull off the upset looking on Bet Rivers now? I think there's a real value here on this one at plus 225.
I mean, Stearns has kind of fallen apart here in the last month or so. So I think she's definitely on upset watch. 100%.
Yeah, 22-year-old Latvian comes in. She played Palmero and didn't really do much there. So it'd be the biggest win of her life. But yeah, Stearns just has to get back to playing the tennis that took her to this top at this spot. And we haven't really seen it. So I might look at a spread bet or a set bet even. I think a set bet would be where I would target this one. But yeah, it just hasn't gone well for her, losing her first match in tennis
in like 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, basically since Roland Garros, or from Roland Garros until this last Cleveland tournament, she's won 2 matches.
She beat Wang Yifan, who lost to Navarro. So yeah, that might be one to look for an over or a set bet there. Give them some thoughts on one of the matches you want to look at, the Rublev match. Rublev taking on Dino Prizmic, who burst on the scene last year in the Aussie Open.
I gotta tell you, man, Rublev, he's got his new coach, man. He's smiling in practice. Like, I just think this could be a run. Wow. And I don't want to give too much away, but I took a little future on Rublev for this tournament. Just for a possible hedge late, because it's like
so all the way hedge. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So because what's the quarterback? Because that's the thing. Like, win your quarter, he's never won. He's gotten to the quarterfinal round like 10 or 11 times and hasn't won it.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what the quarter bet was, but whatever the future on the whole thing was. I mean, I just feel it's a lottery ticket. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully he makes it. What if he makes the semis? Then I'm hedging. You know what I'm saying?
It would be the first time in his career if he gets to the semi, but maybe. I mean, maybe he's smiling. Murat Safin could be just working wonders. Former U.S. Open champ.
Murat is so fun to watch hit, man.
He is. Especially at this point.
He's nailing.
We had thoughts too in the chat. Kasatkina or Ruse, which is tomorrow. I like the upset in that one. I don't think
Ruse?
Or that is later today, actually. Excuse me. I like Ruse. I do.
She's been playing well.
I think she can play well, and I don't think that Kasatkina has been near herself, and she just doesn't really get, plus 135 right now. Kasatkina doesn't get any free points on her serve. It's like the worst serve in women's tennis. So I think Ruse is going to be in every service game, and I like her in that one. So I would go small amount on the plus 435 underdog to beat the Australian #1, Daria Kasatkina. Other matchup that I was looking at, well, we could talk about another favorite that might be on upset watch, and that's Holger Rune taking on Botic van Zandschlup.
That's not someone I want to. That's not somebody I want to face this early in the tournament.
Beat Nadal in his last singles match last year at the Davis Cup. Beat Alcaraz in the U.S. Open last year. Plus 225. Holger. It's always just a failure to launch, right? Like, you feel like if he can get going in these tournaments, he can make a little bit of a run, but it's a lot of first and second round losses. I kind of like 5.5 games. I'll say that. Minus 127, plus 5.5 games for Botic. I feel like a Holger. He checks out at times mentally. He snaps back in a lot of times. Maybe finds a way to win the match. But the reason why I like that number, Dustin, is because I could see a wonky like 6-1 or 6-2 set. Where Holger
just going to say this, I could see a 6-2 set as well. Because Rune is so hit or miss. You know what I mean? He's not going to just take Botic and straight sets him. I just don't see it.
Yeah, my official prediction would be like a 4-set win where he loses this set going away and maybe wins a couple tight ones, maybe even a tie break. Always a good time to take a tie break prop when we get to the majors. What's going on in the live window right now as we keep looking here? Taylor Townsend's
Did Sebastian Korda retire the match?
I think he might have.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah, 7-5, 6-4. It's over.
Cam Norrie, tough first round draw too. No need to go. I like 32 seeds, man. We don't need to go down to 16 again. Like, there's still so many good players in tennis, and we're still getting some good first round matchups. So I wouldn't eliminate the seed there as Mertens is running away. Maybe Samsonova. Remember, she was plus money just a little bit ago. Now we're 4-all in that one. I got eyes on that matchup.
If you like any matchup that's like kind of close to being a pick'em, just wait until the match starts, because you're going to find an even. You're going to find an even or plus money opportunity at some point, guaranteed.
Okay, Pavlyuchenkova, Yastrzemska, right? Like, they're set all now, just starting set 3. I'm not telling, and I'm not even saying that I have a strong lean in this matchup, but if you do, there will be an opportunity to get on live and make a little
no
money.
doubt.
So that's up there too. I want to see how Iva Jovic does as a pretty prohibitive favorite. American teenager in a good spot there. And tell me when it's a good time, if it already is. Dustin, sprinkle on Ugo Humbert against Adam Walton. Plus 500 now. We're on serve. He's serving to stay in it, but
I don't know, man.
Walton's
played well. I would say this about Ugo. I mean, he never gives up, so he's never ever out of it.
And Walton's big win was Daniil Medvedev, who's been everybody's big win this year. So, just throwing that one out there. Kecmanovic break early in set 2. So lost the first set. This couldn't go better for your over bet, right?
Yeah.
Loses that one, wins there.
Yeah, too bad I have that parlayed with Baez to win this third set, and he is down a break, and it's 5-4 Harris.
Tough one.
Surprising. I mean, that was a match where I think Baez was plus 150 to start, and Harris was just a slight favorite, but like, I mean, Baez is the higher ranked player. He's got more experience. He actually has played a couple of good matches recently. I don't know. Maybe I've got the love for Baez after, my thing, 2 years ago with Medvedev and Baez.
He changed his career around. He definitely did. Let's see. The other graphic we have right now, you wanted to look at the Michelsen match? Michelsen versus Comesana. Michelsen, a pretty solid favorite. Sliding into that next up American role.
I like this to be, I want to say straight sets.
Wow. Well, plus 170, 3 sets.
Yeah,
not even a sniff for Comesana.
Yeah, I feel like Michelsen in a situation like this will just I don't know. I think his big serve, it's not so hot. I think he's going to play comfortable in this matchup. Comesana is tough. It would be a little different if it was unplayed.
Last year at the U.S. Open, Michelsen drew center. Yeah, that's unfair. Okay,
that's not fair.
I was going to be like, he beats Spizzirri in the first round, and then he had to play Yannick Sinner. So I'll give him a pass on that one. But before we move on, what did you think about Novak Djokovic last night? Pretty much handling Rune. I mean, there was a little bit of a
the one clip I saw of him so I had a tennis match personally myself last night. So when I got home, I pop it on after the first set, or excuse me, in the second set, like breaker, and then I'm seeing clips of like Novak looking like he was about to cry because he couldn't move. And then all of a sudden, per usual, Novak does what Novak does and kind of gives you the okie doke.
That matchup was a brutal matchup for Warner. Like, not getting him much free point. Like, even at this point, it's like you're going to outgrind Novak Djokovic. Like, that's just a tough task. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it in text last night. Like, I thought he was moving pretty well. Hasn't played, rested up. Groin doesn't look too bad. But it's about at his age and his point in his career. How is he going to hold up as the matches stack up and the wear and tear adds up, the miles on the odometer add up? But yeah, a couple stats though. It's funny. I told you the one. He's never lost to a teenager in a Grand Slam. But how about this one? And shout out to the author, Chris Clary, who's done a lot of great work. Novak Djokovic is 9 years older than everybody in the top 20.
Yeah,
so that also means there's not a player.
The stat last night, and it was just wild.
There's not a player in the top 20 outside of Djokovic over 30. It's crazy, isn't it? The transition has happened. The transition has happened, but he's still there for the old guard. I don't know. We'll see how he looks in match 2 and go from there. But I think part of it is he has to play boring. He has to play boring. Like, he can't go into these long rallies. He has to conserve energy in the way he plays. I thought he did a good job last night, but can he keep doing it as the matches stack up? I don't know. I mean, that's the $1 million question, right? He's going to play an American, Zach Svajda, who I like. We talked about him on this show, but all due respect, I don't know if he can hurt Novak. we'll get to a point though when he's playing players that can. So it's interesting. Other matchups, maybe we want to take a peek in. Got Tiafoe taking on Nishioka, -1,000 favorite. Brooksby -265 later today in a little bit against Alexander Vukic, who's +195. Boy, Mackie McDonald -127 versus Jan Leonard Struff. I feel like, not every American's going to win, but there's some good value on a few of them here.
Another good matchup last night was Nakashima pulling out that 5-setter breaker, 10-point breaker against De Jong.
Yeah. You have the Alcaraz spread versus Opelka. We always wonder, everyone's asking what Riley Opelka
What did Riley Opelka say?
6.5 on Bet Rivers here is what the game spread is. -167 to cover. That's a big number for a big server.
Big number because it could be like breaker.
Yeah.
1-9
or 4-4-4.
Yeah, it could be 4-4-4. No problem.
Yeah, that's just a big number. One of the matches, I'm glad we got the comment on. It's tomorrow. It'll be first on tomorrow. So betting weekly tennis live will be going on when that match is either finishing up or in the thick of it. But that Musetti Perricard matchup, I just don't know, man. Like, I don't think that's a fair now. Perricard is streaky, and he hasn't really had the follow up to last year like we thought. Musetti -220 though, Dustin, seems a little high because he just hasn't been fit, hasn't been in form, and I don't know what the value play is in this match, honestly. Like, maybe you have some advice for the people out there, because I think Perricard at +170 and 3.5 on the spread is worth maybe a sprinkle.
I mean, if Perricard is serving the way he has been, then look out. It's going to be tough. And here's the thing I liked about Pesci is he actually, the last match that he played, I'm like, this dude's moving really well. Like, he was playing with confidence. It's not like this guy's just a one-trick pony like an Isner, you know what I mean, where it's just a big serve. It's like all of a sudden he's got a pretty nasty forehand. It's that one-handed backhand, which is, it's hit or miss sometimes. But when he's on, I mean, it can be really on and deadly. And he can break guys because he can return serve.
Yeah, it's true. I would just wonder where Musetti is physically. We just haven't seen him anywhere near his peak. So that could be a live bet situation too. One to look out for. Other upset today, last men's match. Note I do like Jerry Shang a lot against Bellucci, +115. I like him in that match.
Don't have an opinion on that one.
Something to watch for me. I think that's gonna be a good one. I think that's gonna be a good match. One to keep an eye on. Other on the women's side. Do you like Caroline Garcia to keep her career going? We saw Kvitova get spanked today in her last match. Garcia is retiring after this, I believe. Plays Rakimova. She's +112. So maybe something there. I don't know.
I mean, it is her last match. You got to think the crowd's probably going to be behind her. What's the games?
Games right now for Garcia is just +1.5. So it's razor thin.
Yeah. Women, though, women's tennis is interesting. I get nervous about like a 1.5 right there, because especially if it gets into a third set, like throw out the games, you just want the winner.
Yeah. Samsonova serving for the match, 15-30 down, coming back.
Oh my God.
Trying to make her play. Is Sakkari on upset watch? That's something to consider.
Sakkari's always on upset watch. What are you talking about?
Well, she's playing the Queen's champion, the first Queen's champion in a couple decades, Tatiana Maria. So can she serve and slide? That's actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think it's more than upset watch, because Maria's going to play a unique style, and it's going to be more of a mental test than anything for Sakkari today.
Not her forte.
And then the other one was comments on Buzkova Jacoma, the French player. Buzkova is a pretty big favorite. I mean, Buzkova is in form. I like her in this match. She's almost 3-1. What's the value?
Man, I've won a lot of money on Jacoma.
Really?
A lot of money.
So maybe the upset's to play +220.
I favor her only in my head, because every time I bet on her, I've won. You know how that is with certain players.
Oh, I know. There's good players.
Either
and there's
stay
bad
away
players.
or I'm taking Jacoma.
Well, let me just see something, Q, because I want to say that because she's relatively new to the big time. We saw her go through. Last year, she's never won a Wimbledon main draw match. So is it time? We'll see. I don't know. There could be some interesting women's matches later too. We mentioned Stearns. Svitolina is a huge favorite. Volley-Net's taking on Sanmez as one to watch, and then you have Venus Williams Muhova. I mean, that's the. I actually, moving on from the Venus for just a second, can Alicia Parks take a set from Andreeva? Andreeva just hasn't been in form. And I'll say this about Alicia Parks. When it kind of goes south because she goes for a lot. But I was on her last week to win a couple matches, and it worked out well in Mexico. So I think she could redline for a set, and I actually think that might be a play to consider, given where Mira Andreeva's been.
Andreeva is, I don't know. I mean, basically since Indian Wells has kind of been hit or miss. I guess you'll have that when you're 18 years old and you're on tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lost to Kessler.
What has Parks been doing? She lost to Schneider.
That's okay. That's a respectable.
Yeah, I mean, loss. She had a 3-set win against Emma Navarro. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, Sramkova. I look. I'm just saying, red line for a set, right? Red line for a set. Cincinnati, she played. Krejcikova got bageled in the third, but was right there for 2. So plus 135 on Bet Rivers. I think Parks can absolutely red line. The crowd is going to love her in America as well. And let's be honest, we saw Andreeva not deal with crowds that well. So that's what I'm thinking. Third set, probably going to go south quickly, but I like Parks 1 set. Where are you, by the way, on calling your shot, right? Would you ever take just like a first set bet? Like, okay, they're going to come out and steal the first one before? That's something you've done before?
I've done that, and where there's like, let's say it's a big time player, a heavily favored player. And I'm like, I just think this, this player's young or something. He's going to come out and play hot, like redline against like Alcaraz or something like that. I've done that before.
I've done that, and I've done the old player, like Monfils, RG, like kitchen sink. Oh yeah,
he's because those old guys got to win the first set to even have a chance.
Kitchen sink first set.
Totally.
That's how I've been calling it. Yeah, and then I guess just before we look at the live line to send us off here, also Bozvaretti, Hachinov could be interesting. I don't really know if I expect him to win, but he's been a player to watch. The Americans plus 275 on Bet Rivers. I mentioned the Alcaraz match, and we got a couple exciting first ons. So Bublik Cilic tomorrow should be fun. So be watching that one. Cilic just still going. Gosh, I know.
Love that guy, man.
I do. It's fun to watch it. That should be a good one. That should be a very good one. And Kostuk Bolter's first on tomorrow too, which by the way is also coinciding with another match I think is curious. Is Haddad Maia takes on Cartel. Haddad Maia has just been falling on her tennis. Plus 118 is Haddad Maia against Cartel tomorrow. Well, I never thought I'd see a line like that.
Haddad Maia is still. I think last time I saw her, which was like a week and a half ago, she like twisted her ankle. So that's probably still and there's no way that's healed.
No, sometimes it's just follow the eyeball test. Yeah. Well, betting weekly tennis live. I want to wrap this up, Dustin. Looking at the live window, before we send everybody off, get in some other picks and plays. A reminder to check out the newsletter too, the bettingweeklystudios.com newsletter, which drops on Mondays. The BW Insider on Fridays. There's so much going on. We got college football's back, which is awesome. We both love that. We've got the NFL coming up, soccer across the pond, which for the purpose of this read, I'm going to call soccer because there's football in America now, but you get the idea. We had our picks and plays in there for the U.S. Open, where we talked about players we think are going to win, players we like as an underdog, and players that we're going to fade. And I took a pretty big swing, Dustin, on the women's side. I will say, if you have the newsletter, I went with the girl playing right now in Elena Rybakina to go all the way. So
that's not crazy. I mean, she's been playing really well.
Yeah.
Outside. I mean, she played Iga in Cincinnati, and Iga is absolutely the favorite right now.
She just has to learn how to win. She's had a great summer. She's just blown every semifinal match. But is that a good thing that she's been in a position to win? I don't know. I mean, I kind of looked at it like this, like, Sabalenka, like, yeah, chalk, like, obviously, and Iga has been playing great too. Like, they deserve to be where they are, odds makers for sure. Coco deciding to move on from her coach 3 days before a major and really try to improve her serve. While I respect her as a competitor, we've said a million times, the timing does not really coincide with what you would expect as like major winner. If she pulls this off with a new coach 4 days before, I might say she's the greatest competitor in sports currently. Just put it that way. That's the stakes that I think she's set. But yeah, so why not Rybakina? We'll see. Playing in about 10 minutes.
Like it.
Playing in about 10 minutes. Eva Jovic 1-all in that matchup. Pavlyuchenkova is up a break. So if you're a Sramkova better, this is your chance. Plus 230, just down a break. The opportunity is here if you want on. Any other matches?
I'm going to jump on that right now, actually.
There you go. Zarazua serving for the set. There's another one, right? Zarazua was down a break in the set 2. Now serving for it.
Think she can win that match?
I don't think so, but I don't. That would be a bad one for Keys. Because like the other thing with Keys is that some of these matches she saved match points in, like Muhova or who is the other one? I can't think of right now. But this is a little, I don't want, it sounds like I'm being disrespectful, but it's a step down for where Keys has been in these fights. Match 1 US Open American. So yeah, what was the other one? It was Evilise. I mean, I guess Evilise is on that same level too. So yeah, I don't know. I would advise against that one. I would proceed with caution there. Hugo Humbert took set 3, just pointing that out. He's plus 140 now. He was plus 500 about 5 minutes ago.
He's going to win.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
So,
isn't he?
Yeah, that would be our first 2 sets comeback, right? Do I have that right? Do we have any yet on the men's side? That's always a fun one.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do we have any 2 sets comeback? We didn't have one with Medvedev last night. Has there been one? I don't believe that there has been. There's been nothing today and then nothing yesterday. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been pretty clean on the men's side today.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing really crazy. I mean, Korda retiring was unfortunate. Jerome Navone was the other
Dude,
one.
Yeah, I was up for that one last night. You know where my money was at.
Nigel Seeley, the godfather of betting Weekly Tennis Live, and Because We Win, he pointed out something to me that you can be involved in tennis for a long time, you don't realize it, but the odds are the player that blows 2 sets and gets to the 5th set after losing 3 and 4 is in a better position. They win more likely than not. Isn't that crazy?
That is bizarre. Why do you think it's a mental thing?
I think it's you still have it took a lot of energy to come back. I think we also in our minds think, oh, you just won 3 and 4. That's a gimme to win the match. It's like, no, not necessarily. I mean, Bonzi last night strategically threw the 4th set, saved his energy, and was ready to go set 5.
It was smart.
It's a unique sport, man. It really is. Let's see. Anything else we want to get to? We haven't. Draper set up in his new Vuori sleeveless. You buy all the Draper gear yet?
Oh, you know it.
Team Vuori, yeah, sleeveless shirt. The shorts are a little interesting. It's got a little
so I didn't buy the shorts. I do like that style of shorts, which I also have on right now, but no, I didn't get that colorway. Put it that way.
I think the gear has been interesting. Like the Sabalenka see-through bag, interesting. Well,
great, a little tight on the back. It makes her look like she's got like fat, and she's not fat.
Well, I was thinking more of the bag itself, like the tennis bag is actually
the bag. Well, Wilson gave her own new racket that came out today. You see that, the blade?
Yeah, I think Wilson. I'll say this unbiasedly.
Wilson's coming back.
I think Wilson's gear, because they're just new to the gear game. Like Kostic was one of the first. They've got a couple of athletes. I think Wilson's gear is pretty good. Everyone was saying Adidas is the worst right now, because the thing that Sakura and some of them play, they were saying it looks like the Borat kind of banana hammock look, where you're just like two-toning everything.
First off, whenever I think of Adidas, I just think of Tsitsipas, and
not a good first thought to have.
And it's not a good first thought to have. Now they've got Michelsen. That's my guy.
They do. Tsitsipas tomorrow. They'll cover it on the show, but Mueller plus 148. just something to think about. Get it in now. It's like a stock price. It's going down. You got to get it in now. He won 5 games against Boo last week. So that's an interesting one. Final thoughts, Dustin? This has been a good show. How do we see, maybe some bigger picture stuff, some storylines you're looking for? We got a show next week. We'll be into the second week. So
I will be there. I'm doing the show with you on Monday, Labor Day, from New York City.
All right. I like it. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think we're going to see some unexpected things. I think players can make runs. I really do. Some of the Americans, we'll see. Can Tiafoe catch lightning?
Just pray that Rublev is going to just keep scooting through.
Is this the Ben Shelton breakthrough?
I hope so.
Is this his time?
I'm telling you, it's this coach, man. It's all about the mental. It's all about the mental approach.
I think the women's side is where I'm going to be looking for some chaos to happen. I really believe that. If Jess Pegula isn't playing well, her section's there for the taking. We usually have an unseeded, I say it a lot, an unseeded quarterfinalist or semifinalist on the women's side. Will it happen again? So, well, that's going to do it. This was a blast, man. Always is. Man. U.S. Open 2025, round 1, day 2 of the madness. Make sure you're downloading the Bet Rivers app, making all your bets. And again, we've said this before. It's the best sports book for a reason. But if you log on to the app and you go to the website, every day of the U.S. Open, receive a profit up to 50%. It's the best sports book. Make sure you download the app. Make sure you get in on the action. Betting Weekly Tennis Live returns 1 o'clock tomorrow, 1 o'clock Wednesday. Dustin, always a pleasure, man. Fun talking tennis.
See you in New York.
We'll see you in New York. This was Betting Weekly Tennis Live. Take care. See everyone tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Enjoy the tennis, and we'll talk to you soon.